Hello people and welcome back to the channel, and now we're going to be diving into the movie review titled Meeting Rocket. This movie was drawn by Onyi only yesterday, and it was long anticipated for, and you can bet me this movie is quite interesting. It will glue you to your screen. Meeting Alice is the title of this movie, and this movie is showing on Onyi Alice TV. It was directed by Chidi Chijoke and produced by Onyi Alice herself, and this movie stars Chioma Nwosu, Onyi Alice, John Ekanem, and the rest. This movie is about a young lady who lost her husband in a car accident, and since then her mother-in-law has been on her neck, accusing her of killing her son. No matter what she does, the woman seems not to be satisfied. The woman keeps frustrating her effort, keep frustrating her in her business, in her job, in whatever she does, always making her cry, reminding her of something she did not do. To find solace, she's resorted to taking her drugs. So the first time she tried it, the thing knocked her out. She started behaving like somebody that, in fact, she became mentally unstable. So the mother-in-law, seeing that she was mentally unstable, decided to go down to the village and brought a hoodlum that has been disturbing and terrorizing everybody in the village to the city to look after the girl, knowing fully well that the hoodlum won't take care of her. She just wanted to frustrate the girl, maybe until she dies, to be able to take over whatever the property is. She didn't fail to tell the guy that he was coming to take care of a mad patient, but she had to negotiate with the guy and paid him a sum of 2 million naira to be able to follow her to the city to take care of this lady. On arriving in the city, the woman introduced the daughter-in-law to this guy. His name was Rocket, or his name is Rocket. So, and told him that that's who he will be taking care of. And she made a mess of herself. So his duty is to clean her up, feed her, dress her, and make sure she doesn't come downstairs and terrorize anybody. So he has been doing that job. At first, it seemed very difficult because when you start up something, it seems a little bit difficult. Can we do this? Can we not do this? He wanted to give up, but the woman had to remind him of how much is at stake. So he settled down because he hasn't gotten such amount of money in his life. So he kept doing the work judiciously. Along the line, he now started having sympathy for this girl. She's beautiful. He's still wondering. This woman said this lady killed her son. How is that possible? She looks innocent. She looks like somebody that can't hurt a fly. She's calm. She's beautiful. An angel like this can do this. Didn't really believe what he was told. So he was taking care of her. Along the line, they started getting along. They go to the kitchen to cook together. She was just becoming conscious gradually, but she was still mentally unstable. So along the line, he decided to go ask the lady to give her part payment of their agreement. She refused at first. The guy threatened that he was going to leave, so she offered to pay him the part payment. He continued with his work. She became so uncomfortable because it was as if they're now becoming too attached to each other. Familiarity. So the lady also had to go to her workplace to see if she can just handle or take over the business, while these two are in the house all day doing nothing, just the guy looking after this lady. One day he was overwhelmed with her beauty and they made out. That day they made out, it was as if miracle just happened because it was as if she regained her consciousness. But unknown to the guy, he thought he was still dealing with a mad woman. The guy had to go downstairs when the lady came in and demanded that they take her to the psychiatric hospital since the madness hasn't escalated. But the lady refused and asked him to focus on the reason why she brought him to the house. He was trying to argue with her, not knowing that this lady has regained her consciousness and was eavesdropping in their conversation. So when the guy went upstairs, he was just talking to himself how he has fallen in love with this lady. But if this lady gets to be herself, that she's not going to take him in, he's just a nobody. He was just talking to himself. But at the same time, he had this sympathy and love for her. So he offered to take the lady himself to the hospital when the mother-in-law stepped out. Then the girl made him understand that she has regained her consciousness, that she's mentally stable right now. The guy was perplexed. He had no other option but to leave the house. The lady coming back, seeing this girl, the daughter-in-law in the sitting room, she was overwhelmed with the whole thing. Then the daughter-in-law broke down in tears and explained everything that has happened, even when she was married to her son, how her son cheated on her, how her son died, how the whole property that she's thinking that is her son's own belongs to her. She broke everything down for this lady. And this lady was so ashamed of herself. She didn't know what to do. After saying all this, she kicked her out of the house. Weeks passed. She went back to this Mr. Rocket down there in the village. And at first the guy thought she came to arrest him, but she was just there to appreciate him for all he has done, for taking care of her selflessly, for being there for her, for helping her regain her consciousness. All she needed at that point in time was just maybe a rehabilitation center, but it wasn't, she didn't get that attention. But with this Rocket coming in the picture, he took care of her the way she should have been taken care of, and she was able to regain her senses, regain her memory. And this movie is superb. You're going to love it, guys. Just go and see. The name of the title of this movie is Meeting Rocket. And before you go, don't fail to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to like and share this video. Till we meet again in our next review. Bye bye.